Usually we start recording early, so we have like this banter that we can do beforehand, where we talk about things that I can use for hilariousness. I was having diarrhea just earlier. How about that? How's that make you feel?
I don't know. I don't like that.
Welcome to the Nerdy Dirty Show. I'm Adam Carra, and compared to all the other Adam Carras, I have no equal in terms of favoritism.
True.
And with me is my co-host,
Stefan Perez.
First topic of the day. I hope you saw it. I should have asked you. Did you see the trailers that are on here on the stock?
There's only one.
There's 2 trailers.
There's a Deadpool trailer.
Yeah, Deadpool and then Pikachu.
I thought it was just Deadpool in the future of
There's an actual trailer.
The one with Fred Savage in bed?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't see that. I saw somebody talking about it in another video, so I think that counts.
What do you think of Deadpool PG-13?
I was originally kind of just against it, but I see that it's not like some overhead exec who's just like, oh, we didn't have a PG-13, but it's actually like fans who want to have kids go see it because a lot of kids like Deadpool for some reason. So I don't know. I feel like it's not coming from a bad place. Like
everything I saw in the trailer looked pretty good. Like it looked like they're actually trying and they're adding material as opposed to cutting out material. I mean, they obviously are cutting out stuff.
Right, right.
Are you gonna go see it in theaters?
No.
Julian, do you think you're gonna see it in theaters?
Deadpool PG-13? Isn't the point to watch, like, Deadpool kill things and make raunchy jokes?
For some, it's not all about
See,
raunchy jokes.
that's what I'm afraid of, right? Is like, it's probably funny, but are people gonna actually see it?
Yeah, I think so, because...
But you're not. Julian's not.
Julian's not gonna see it.
Especially Julian.
I think maybe more kids will go see it.
That's true. I guess there's the whole kid market.
Most animated films, they just do well, no matter what.
Detective Pikachu.
Yeah,
Did you see the trailer for this one?
I did, and I went,
okay, good.
Miranda made me watch it. She said, you have to watch it, or else you can't sleep in the bed tonight.
It's so bizarre hearing Ryan Reynolds' voice, and like he didn't even do a voice.
No, it's just him. It's the most bizarre thing I've seen.
It's not just the most bizarre thing, it's like the most money I've ever seen put into something so bizarre.
Am I gonna see Detective Pikachu?
I didn't even ask.
No.
I didn't think you were.
If the movie is funny and good, which I don't think it will be, but it would be the first good video game movie.
Because there really aren't that. There's Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia.
Ooh, oh my goodness.
Mario Brothers movies. What is even between that?
I think the most successful thing was just the Resident Evil movies.
Oh yeah.
They're not anything like the games, or I don't even think they're that successful either. Nobody like watches. Let's watch all the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, have a good night. Well, speaking of things nobody is actually asking for,
the General Mills serial cinematic monster universe.
Yeah, you want to explain this one? I saw you tweet it out.
I did. I'm very excited about it. I tweeted about it like years ago about a bunch of ideas I had for Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Booberry into movies. And I guess General Mills is thinking about making them into their own dark universe of... Oh, bye, Julian.
Bye, Julian. Oh, have you seen the website?
Yeah, I've seen the website. So they've had their website.
Okay.
And they have a space open just like, what do you got, everybody?
And so if you look at the terms and conditions, it mostly is just stuff like covering their ass, saying like, you know, if you submit something, you understand that it may be similar to other things that are submitted or ideas that we have owned for a while. And things like that. But also they are talking about like, if they are interested, they might just buy the rights from you. So if you submit a good enough idea, maybe they'll buy it from you, or they'll just steal it, because, you know.
Well, that's fine either way. I want this to happen. I really do. I'm a big fan of the original, you know, old 1930s, 40s Universal monsters, and we need some more of that. Like,
but in cereal form.
Yeah, but in cereal form. We need that in cereal form, like for kids. Like, I want some more kid horror.
All right, give us your pitch, a Nerdy Dirty exclusive.
Yes, exclusive. So call me General Mills if you like it. So for Frankenberry, Dr. Frankenberry.
First things first. Is this animated or is this live action?
It would be. Oh, I would love it if it's live action.
So go ahead and pitch it live action, and let's do some casting along the way.
Okay, so Dr. Frankenberry, he wants to create a hybrid of cereal and human, and the medical community is like, this is stupid, this is terrible, how could you? Like, no. So he's like, I will show them. So he digs up bodies, real bodies, And he also steals cereal from like warehouses and stuff like that. Then he creates the Frankenberry monster.
And he kills the girl with cereal.
He just brutally just drowns her in milk. But you know, it's just the way he looks, and it has nothing to do with his personality. But people are still scared of him. To play Dr. Frankenberry, I'm thinking Michael Fassbender as Dr. Frankenberry.
And who's the monster?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Who's Count Chocula?
Count Chocula. Okay.
Okay, hold on, real quick. Is Count Chocula black?
Oh.
Is that a good thing to cast it that way, or a bad thing to cast him that way?
Go middle tier. Make him Mexican.
That's true. That's actually the smart way to do it. You do that, and nobody can really complain or say anything.
Yeah, he's got an accent. You know, why not?
Oh yeah, you do John Leguizamo. Is he? How old is he? He's probably too old now. And then what is the other one? Booberry.
Booberry.
Why is there's Frankenberry and Booberry? They were not very creative when coming up with.
Yeah,
these
like
names.
Yummy Mummy is much better.
They have Tom Cruise as the Yummy Mummy.
Why not? Sure.
They just pivot, right? They just take all the assets that they were using and they pivot it towards General Mills.
So Javier Bardem as Frankenberry.
Speaking of other team-up movies,
yeah,
The Eternals is going to be one of the movies in phase, whatever the hell phase we're on, 4? In phase 4? Is it always numbered with the Avengers? Is that how that works? But now there's like a 2-part Avenger. I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna follow Avengers 4, The Eternals. I didn't really know much about it at first, but then I started looking up stuff about it, and it's got me pretty excited because it is some Jack Kirby bullshit, The Eternals. Do you know anything about The Eternals? Have you read The Eternals?
No, but like Jack Kirby just means like, oh, it's in space, right? It's a lot of space stuff.
So what's interesting is, so you know how Jack Kirby left, what do you call it, Marvel and Stanley and all that, right? He worked on DC and he did New Gods,
right?
Which is how we got, you know, Orion and Darkseid and Miracle Man and like a bunch of those weirdo Beyond heroes. DC eventually like cancels his series or whatever, so Jack Kirby comes back to Marvel, and that's when he does The Eternals. So reading up on The Eternals, it's pretty much the same as the New Gods, only the one major difference is the New Gods at DC are like, you know, far away, right? They're on their own planet, they got their own thing going on, and they kind of boom tube their way over. But the Eternals, so their backstory is, the Eternals kind of hide amongst humans, and they have for like a lot of them are based off of Greek gods or mythic figures in general. Icarus is like the main Eternal. You got Circe, who like I'm pretty sure just is that Circe, because in the original Eternals comics I was reading, she straight up just turns a bunch of people into animals. Yeah, a lot of them are just like mythic figures of the Eternals, and they live amongst humans, and so they kind of have like this disguise aspect going on with them. And then just like a whole bunch of weird space nonsense, the Celestials like come and they gotta fight the Deviants and yada yada yada.
Sounds a lot like New Gods.
Because it is a lot like New Gods, because it's written by the same guy and he really wanted to tell this kind of story at the time. I'm excited. Like reading the Eternals, it was some of the most bullshit, weirdo, out there stuff, which Marvel hasn't really touched much besides like with Thor and Guardians. And even with Guardians, they really like, they make it very simple, right? It's just like a team doing crime or heists or whatever. The second one is kind of weird, but they like simplify it, right? It's just like a villain.
Right, but they also open up the door to that there's like so much more going out there.
They're like expanding the universe by a lot.
And even Doctor Strange, when he's doing like his little psychedelic trip out thing, like it even looks like, you know, space too, so.
Yeah, I'm excited because it's more weird shit. It seems like they're going in that direction. They're like, we're just gonna start going full comic book. But speaking of things that are really, really good, like the Marvel Universe. I don't know if you know this, Stefan, but if you look at me, I'm wearing a fucking awesome shirt. What if I told you, Stefan, that you could buy one of these shirts at any moment?
That sounds too ridiculous to be true.
Well, you can. You go to the description. There's a link. You can buy shirts. You can be really cool and buy a cool shirt and be cool like me. Hey, it's Miranda.
Hi.
Where would I get a shirt like this, Adam?
I just told you in the description.
I missed. Tell me again.
In the description.
I'm gonna buy one now.
Are you really?
No.
Oh.
I'll get one tomorrow or something, I don't know.
Ezra Miller recently was quoted that he's extremely hyped for the Flashpoint movie. That is definitely happening. Ezra Miller says, "Nothing is ever certain in this world, but as certain as things get, we're making a fucking crazy dope Flash movie. It's one of my great life dreams. And just the fact that we're on the way, anyone who knows about Barry Allen knows that he may arrive late, very late, but once he gets there, it's all solved. We have to trust. There's a release date for this Flash movie. Also in other interviews and quotes and stuff, Ezra Miller has gone on record denying that Ben Affleck just quit. Or I shouldn't say he denied. He said that he like put into question the information. It was like when asked to comment on the rumors of Ben Affleck quitting, he said something like, there's like a lot of information out there and we don't really know what's what. And Warner Brothers has also gone on record denying that Henry Cavill has quit the Superman movies. But there are no release dates for any future Superman movies. There's no release date for The Batman. And there's even rumors that The Batman's gonna recast. I just find it funny that he's saying that. Maybe he just really wants a Flash movie to happen, obviously for his own career.
No, to me it just sounds kind of like Damage Control, you know, just like, it's okay guys, trust, we have to trust, you know. Well, I don't know, is Ben Affleck gone? I won't say, maybe not. Henry Cavill, I don't know, maybe. Please don't leave. We got more movies that's coming out. Yeah. I want go see Aquaman. Like he might be genuinely really interested in doing a Flashpoint movie, but I don't. Have you seen the way the guy dresses? Have you seen him on the red carpet?
No, I haven't. Let me look this up.
I wouldn't trust his taste.
No. Is he a Dalek? What?
I know.
What? This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Just to keep in mind right when he's talking about this stuff.
Just keep in mind that he's insane, he's crazy, and he's a Dalek. Exterminate. The ones that DC actually does have release dates for. Aquaman, as you just mentioned, December 24th. I mean, that's super duper obviously happening because there's footage, there's a whole trailer. It's made, it's done, it's coming out. Wonder Woman 1984. There's really not too much on this. There's been a couple of pictures and things about it. I assume it is gonna happen just because Wonder Woman was the only thing that worked for DC. What's interesting is looking at the dates, Wonder Woman is coming out before the next movie I'm gonna talk about, Shazam. But Shazam, there's like way more footage of. There's like, it's very clearly done. Like they have a trailer and everything. Like obviously, you know, still doing post stuff, but like Shazam's obviously gonna happen. It's weird that there's less information on Wonder Woman when it's coming out before Shazam. But yeah, next up for DC too, after Shazam.
The leading movie that's coming out on Women's Day.
Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah!
No, that's different. That's not Shazam. Captain Marvel's different.
I can't wait for Captain Marvel!
No! Miranda, you can't like things, I told you.
I want to see the webbing!
No! What about Joker?
Yeah, I was gonna say is, the thing I'm most excited for, weirdly, is the Joker, or just Joker. And then following the Joker is something we previously talked about, Birds of Prey.
Ooh, lesbian action.
It's got a February 7th release date. I feel like Wonder Woman might be like the key to how Birds of Prey does, right? Like if Wonder Woman flops, I feel like DC is just so like fickle that they'd be like, okay, I guess people don't like women anymore. We'll just drop all our women movies.
Yeah.
Everybody wants Shazam now. We'll do this Shazam extended universe,
yeah,
which they could totally do because Shazam is weirdly deep and has a bunch of bullshit. But speaking of Captain Marvel or Marvel, Stan Lee died.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was gonna happen because I saw him at Silicon Valley Comic Con, and because the year before, whatever year that Adam West died, the last place he went to was Silicon Valley Comic Con, so that place is cursed.
Comic Con's fucking killing people.
Here's the thing, like, right when they announced that Adam West and Burt Ward were gonna be there, they said, this is gonna be the last appearance of them together ever. And I was like, how do you know that? And then he died. It was like, oh, they knew. I think just like stars go to Silicon Valley Comic Con just to die.
It's ending it on your terms, right? You're like, all right, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go to Comic Con. One last hurrah.
And then the people who run the show kill me.
Yeah. Oh, well, Marvel took care of him. I feel like.
Yeah.
They would have.
Yeah, they did. Like they honored him well. The internet has honored him well.
Yeah, and the way I wanted us to honor him was that we both of us, you, me, especially you, were to grab some comics written by Stan Lee, just see what they're like. I chose the Silver Surfer Parable because I think the Silver Surfer is an interesting character because he's like this weird cosmic entity, but he's on a surfboard, and it turned out pretty good. I really like this comic. What comic did you pick, Stefan?
I picked a very famous one here.
Okay.
That people don't really talk about much. It's Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder, All-Star. It's by Frank Miller and it's Jim Lee, not Stan Lee. I'm sorry, I didn't read one.
Anyway, Silver Surfer Parable. by Stan Lee and Mobius. I guess he's just like Madonna, he only has the one name. Or is he an actual cosmic entity himself that helped Stan Lee write this? I don't know. Anyway, so like the way it starts is the Silver Surfer's like homeless or something, and like Earth sucks. It looks very Watchmen-esque, like everything's just kind of shitty and trashed, and like Silver Surfer has like this whole thing of like, I hate humanity, humanity's stupid, what's the point in protecting these people? And then a big rocket comes down, and Galactus just pops out. He comes down, and he's literally, you know, ginormous. He's just like standing, like towering above buildings and stuff. He just says like, hey, I'm fucking God. Like, I'm the greatest. All hail Galactus. And everybody just gives up immediately. Like, there's no like, the army doesn't retaliate or anything. Everyone's just like, yeah, Galactus, he's the fucking God. We can't do anything to stop him. And so like, then we get to like this B plot, and we have like this brother and sister, and the brother is like this evangelist. This Galactus coming is like the best thing to happen to him. He's like, man, nobody believes me and stuff or whatever, but now this Galactus thing, I'm gonna jump on this. You know, and he becomes like a preacher for Galactus, and he's preaching, and there's like kind of like a riot going on. People are like arguing, like, why should we believe in Galactus or whatever? Like, shut the fuck up, nerd. I love Galactus. And then Galactus pops in again. He like, I guess teleports to this part of town or whatever, the city. And he's like, everybody go do whatever the fuck you want. Just do it. Like, he literally says like, there is no sin, pleasure is all. So speak Galactus. And so then just riots start. Everybody just starts doing whatever the fuck they want, which is obviously violence and murder and rape and all that stuff. That brother that was the evangelist, the sister kind of disagrees. She's like, why would this violence and stuff happen? And like, she's like the only reasonable person in this whole world. Like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't just all kill each other and do all these horrible things.
Why not? Space Jesus said it was fine.
Exactly. So then Silver Surfer, obviously, who hates Galactus, he somehow like confronts them, and he's just like, you guys are fucking wrong. Galactus is a piece of shit. And then the woman kind of is like, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's like, I'm gonna go and fucking kill Galactus or whatever. And she's like, you're just one guy. Like, how do you make a difference and stuff like that? And so Silver Surfer just, you know, takes off his hobo outfit. He's fucking Silver Surfer, takes out his board. And him and the sister have like a moment, you know, like, oh wow, we're the only two fucking people that hate Galactus. But the idea is like, she says some stuff, oh, don't go, you'll get hurt or whatever. And she's compassionate. And Silver Surfer is starting to think like, oh, okay, maybe humanity is good after all because of this one woman. And so he goes off. And he's like, Galactus, what the fuck? We had a deal. So like, what you gather from this conversation is that Galactus has come before and they defeated him, and Galactus made a pact. He agreed to not fuck shit up on Earth. But Galactus is like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing. I'm just saying things, and everybody's fucking rioting. Like, if they're doing it, that's on them. Like, that's literally his like loophole. He's like, I'm not touching you. Then like people see Silver Surfer and they're like, hey, he's trying to stop Galactus, and so they start like attacking him. He's Silver Surfer and's got shields and stuff. And then for some reason Galactus is like, I hate Silver Surfer, I'm gonna start shooting lasers at him, which to me like breaks the pact. And Silver Surfer dodges the laser and just goes into a fucking building, and then the big giant fight scene happens. Guys just shooting fucking lasers and smashing shit, and buildings are collapsing. One thing is, this comic is extremely wordy. Like, Stan Lee, he's writing like he thinks he's Shakespeare. I don't know, it's very like philosophical and stuff. He has like this philosophical debate with Galactus as like they fight. Oh yeah, the sister finally like confronts her brother again. It's like, dude, Galactus is literally blowing up buildings. This is fucked. And the brother's like, no, Galactus is God.
Those buildings were asking for it.
Yeah. Silver Surfer's like getting away from, he's getting fucked by Galactus. He just has to run away. Like, he can't do anything against them. The sister, then she steals a helicopter and she's like, I'm gonna go stop Galactus or help or try to do something. And so like the goons start like, they're shooting at her and she gets shot, but she gets away on the helicopter. Silver Surfer and Galactus are fighting, and she just kind of flies their helicopter there and just like crashes. Silver Surfer, you know, tries to save her, but Galactus like shoots him a laser beam and knocks him out of the way, and so the helicopter crashes and she's dead. And so now the brother's like, what the fuck? Why is she dead? And like people are starting to question now. Finally, after all the buildings, all the destruction because of this one woman in a helicopter, people are like, you know, maybe Galactus isn't such a good guy after all.
Jerk.
And so finally the president's like, yeah, let's kill Galactus. Let's just fucking shoot stuff at him like we usually do. And so they send jets or whatever, and Silver Surfer's now fighting him, but he's like, oh no, he's like, he can't really beat Galactus. Everybody's shooting at Galactus, and Galactus is like, I guess everybody hates me. And he's like, all right, Silver Surfer, you fucking win, and just leaves. Oh, and then it gets even better. Silver Surfer goes to like the UN, and everybody's like, you helped us get Galactus out of here and stopped him. You're our god now. We want you to lead us. And the Silver Surfer's like, what? No, what? Like, I don't want to be your leader. Everybody's like, no, you're our god.
That's not the moral of the story at all. What are you doing?
Okay, so then what he does is the Silver Surfer's like, all right, fine, I'll be your leader, but I need a third of the world's money. He starts asking for like a bunch of crazy ass demands on purpose, and everybody suddenly hates him. Everybody turns on a dime, right? They're like, you're a god, no, fuck you. We hate this guy, we don't want him, you know, we'll listen to ourselves or whatever. So that's the idea, is like Silver Surfer got humanity to hate him, but to be united. And the way it ends is Silver Surfer's like, all right, see ya. In his mind, he's done his job. But the brother, or whatever, the evangelist that was for Galactus, is like, no, like, don't leave. Like, we need you to protect us, or whatever. And he's like, as he leaves, though, he's like, we don't deserve you. And then Silver Surfer's like, yeah. I mean, as much as I made fun of it, I actually really like the comic.
Sounds like a cool idea. A lot of cool ideas
yeah.
in it.
Yeah, it was actually really fun. The way, like, you have, like, this philosophical battle between Silver Surfer and Galactus.
Yeah.
Was really interesting.
What do you recommend? Silver Surfer?
If you're ready for something really wordy, then yes, I would recommend Silver Surfer Parable.
And I would recommend Batman and Robin: The Boy Wonder, by Frank Miller and Stan Lee, or Jim Lee.
Jim Lee.
Yeah, Jim Lee.